Tensions in the Pacific are hitting unprecedented levels. The U.S. Navy recently found itself in a precarious situation, surrounded by joint Chinese and Russian naval forces in a dramatic show of strength. This isn't just another routine exercise. It's a calculated move that signals a shift in global power dynamics, leaving governments and military strategists scrambling for answers. The alliance between China and Russia, two powerful nations with distinct objectives, is proving to be a formidable challenge for the United States. Both countries have made significant advancements in naval capabilities, and their recent maneuvers near critical trade routes in the Pacific indicate a growing willingness to challenge U.S. dominance at sea. This latest encounter has sent shockwaves through the international community. As the world watches these events unfold, the big question remains: is this the beginning of a broader power struggle, or a calculated demonstration of military might aimed at reshaping the balance of power in the region? China's naval expansion has been nothing short of extraordinary. With over 350 warships, including advanced aircraft carriers and state-of-the-art destroyers, it has surpassed even the United States in fleet size. Over the past decade, China has demonstrated its intentions by militarizing artificial islands in the South China Sea, extending its influence into strategic waters. While operating a smaller navy, Russia compensates with unparalleled submarine capabilities, advanced missile systems, and Arctic expertise. The recent collaboration between these two nations combines quantity with quality, creating a partnership that is difficult to ignore. Their coordinated exercises showcase unprecedented cooperation, signaling a shared goal of countering Western influence. Together, these two forces are reshaping maritime strategies. Their presence in the Pacific isn't just about demonstrating naval power. It's about creating a psychological impact on the global stage. For the United States and its allies, this new reality presents a critical challenge to their long-standing dominance. The Pacific Ocean, a crucial artery for global trade, has become the epicenter of this growing conflict. Recent encounters between the U.S. Navy and the combined fleets of China and Russia occurred near strategic choke points. These areas are vital for maintaining free and secure shipping lanes, making the stakes even higher. Military analysts report that during the standoff, U.S. naval vessels were closely monitored and, in some instances, surrounded by Chinese and Russian warships. This display of coordination was not just tactical, it was symbolic, sending a clear message to Washington about the shifting dynamics in the region. The timing of these maneuvers is no coincidence. With ongoing tensions in Taiwan and the Ukraine conflict, China and Russia are leveraging their alliance to assert dominance in multiple theaters simultaneously. This calculated strategy has left the U.S. and its allies re-evaluating their approach to maintaining maritime security. In the face of this challenge, the U.S. Navy has responded decisively. Aircraft carriers such as the USS Gerald R. Ford and advanced destroyers have been repositioned to strengthen their presence in the Pacific. These moves are a clear statement that the United States will not back down from maintaining freedom of navigation in international waters. Joint military exercises with allies like Japan, South Korea, and Australia have been ramped up. These drills not only demonstrate solidarity but also enhance interoperability between allied forces, ensuring they can respond effectively to any potential escalation. Behind the scenes, the Pentagon has been working to gather intelligence on the intentions and capabilities of the Chinese-Russian alliance. This includes monitoring naval movements, analyzing communication patterns, and preparing for potential scenarios where these encounters could escalate into direct conflict. For China, the motivation is clear: to challenge U.S. dominance in the Pacific and assert its position as a global superpower. Its economic and strategic interests in the region, including its claims over the South China Sea and Taiwan, have driven its aggressive naval expansion. Russia's goals align with China's in many ways. By collaborating with Beijing, Moscow can counter Western sanctions and bolster its presence in critical regions. Additionally, this partnership allows Russia to demonstrate its global reach and military strength despite ongoing conflicts in Ukraine. Together, these nations are sending a clear signal to the West. Their alliance is more than just military. It's a political statement that challenges the post-Cold War order. This partnership complicates global diplomacy, forcing nations to navigate an increasingly divided world. Modern warfare is as much about technology as it is about strategy. The U.S. Navy holds a distinct advantage with its advanced systems, including advanced radar, stealth technology, and unmanned aerial vehicles. These assets provide critical intelligence and enhance operational efficiency. China and Russia, however, are catching up quickly. China has invested heavily in hypersonic missiles and artificial intelligence, while Russia has developed advanced submarine technology capable of evading detection. These innovations have leveled the playing field, making encounters more unpredictable. The technological arms race adds another layer of complexity to the standoff. As nations continue to push the boundaries of innovation, the risks associated with miscalculations and accidental escalations become even greater. The Pacific Ocean is not just a battlefield, it's the lifeline of global trade. Over $3 trillion worth of goods pass through its waters annually, making the stability of this region critical for the global economy. Any disruption caused by military standoffs or blockades could have catastrophic consequences. From rising shipping costs to shortages of essential goods, the ripple effects will be felt worldwide, impacting industries and consumers alike. This economic dimension underscores the importance of maintaining peace and stability. For nations like the US, China, and Russia, the stakes extend far beyond military dominance. They directly influence global prosperity. The rivalry between the US, China, and Russia is deeply rooted in history. For decades, the United States maintained naval superiority, projecting power across the globe. Meanwhile, China and Russia, once fragmented by ideological differences, have grown closer in response to mutual adversaries and shifting geopolitical landscapes. China's naval ambitions stem from a long-term strategy called the String of Pearls, which aims to establish a network of strategic ports and bases across the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Russia, on the other hand, views its naval presence as a way to regain its status as a superpower, reminiscent of the Cold War era. This historical backdrop explains the current dynamics. The United States' long-standing dominance is now being tested by two nations that have spent years building their capabilities. The result is a modern-day standoff that echoes the rivalries of the past, but with far greater global implications. While military forces maneuver on the high seas, the diplomatic stage is equally tense. The United States has called for greater international support to counter the actions of China and Russia, emphasizing the importance of preserving the rules-based order. China and Russia, however, have framed their actions as a response to U.S. hegemony. They argue that the United States has overstepped its bounds and that their partnership is necessary to ensure a more balanced global power structure. This narrative has resonated with some nations, complicating efforts to isolate the two powers. The lack of consensus among global leaders has added to the uncertainty. As the standoff continues, diplomatic channels remain active, but with little sign of a breakthrough. The question now is whether these negotiations can prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. The possibility of escalation looms large over these encounters. With military assets from all sides operating close, the risk of a miscalculation is higher than ever. Even a minor incident, such as a collision or an unintended provocation, could trigger a chain reaction with catastrophic consequences. China and Russia's aggressive maneuvers suggest that they are willing to test the limits of U.S. resolve. Meanwhile, the United States has made it clear that it will defend its interests and allies in the region. This combination of assertiveness and uncertainty creates a volatile situation. Experts warn that without clear communication and de-escalation mechanisms, the current standoff could lead to a broader conflict. The stakes are not just military but existential, with implications for regional stability and global peace.